Hello, I'm Don Hammock, Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bulldog Blitz. It's a happy Blitz tonight. The Bulldogs blew out Southwest 45-7 here at A.L. May Memorial Stadium in Perkinston. We'll talk with Coach Jack Wright, defensive lineman Scott Burton, and wide receiver Jonathan Harris while we take a look at highlights from the game. Then we'll introduce you to offensive lineman Cam Richardson by playing 10 questions. Lastly, men's soccer coach Chris Handy will introduce you to his 2022 soccer team, the defending MACCC Gulf South District champs. Stick around. Here on the field with Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. Jack, you guys got a total team effort tonight, offense, defense, special teams. What'd you see?
Start with the defense. Thought they played really strong all night. They gave up a play or two here and there, but Southwest has some skill. They've got some talent on offense, so that's not unexpected. It's not a surprise. But for the most part, especially later in the game, we really limited them, and that created some short fields for the offense, made things easier. Got a pick six at the end. So just able to make some plays, especially, when it counted towards the end and we need to close the game out.
Jonathan Harris ran back a punt for a touchdown, and then you got the pick six. Let's talk about Jonathan Harris and what he did tonight.
Yeah, it was a true turning point in the game. It was a back and forth a football game. Late in the second quarter, I think we called a timeout, to force a punt there, and he had a little space to get the return started, but there was one cut that he made in the middle of the field that I really think kind of carried his momentum forward, and that kind of took some pursuit angles away from the defense, and he was able to finish.
He scored with 30 seconds left. We went from 14-7. You're going into the locker room 21-7. A big difference, I know, going with that breathing room. Jervin Smith had the pick six, too, that you get two return touchdowns tonight.
Right. Those count. The more football I watch, those types of plays are really game-changing moments. We haven't really had many of those in the first two games either. so it was a little worrisome that we hadn't created anything like that in the first two games. So I'm a little relieved that we proved that we could do that tonight, and so we're going to need more of those going forward.
Defense had 7 sacks, limited into 128 yards total offense. Let's talk about your offense. What did you see from them tonight?
We got better as the game went on. We've got some skill. Give Southwest credit. They were doing some things, differently than what we saw. Maybe we could have done some things differently to adjust, but we had some really good effort by our players, some really good individual efforts. We just need to keep playing offensively. We need to create some rhythm. Our quarterbacks need to create some confidence. Our offensive line's got to gel and work together. So, we're still a work in progress on offense, but I see us making great strides.
Kamari Odom had a couple touchdown passes, which I know is good, and I thought your receivers played pretty well for the most part tonight.
They did. We've got a good receiver group. They're not very big, but we've got some playmakers, really good hands. I didn't see the catch that he made in the back of the end zone there in the second quarter, but the press box was just going crazy over it. It was a great catch. Apparently, I look forward to seeing that on film, but he makes those plays every day in practice. I'm not surprised.
Everybody just saw the highlight play right there, so they'll get to see it. It was a great catch, a great throw too. Had to throw it over a defender, Pat did, and got it, dropped it in the barrel back there.
Right.
We talked about Southwest now, but everybody wants to know about next week, East Mississippi. That's always a big game. What are you guys looking forward to?
Yeah, it's a big game. It's a home game. Thank goodness we're back here. We don't know a whole lot about them this year. We just got to get in there and study them really closely this weekend and try to put our kids in position to play. Their program has won 5 national championships in the last decade or so. So they'll garner our respect. We'll garner theirs. It should be a great game.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Here on the field with defensive lineman Scott Burton, who had, by his count, 3.5, 4 sacks. Scott, what was it like tonight for you guys playing up front?
We were very energetic. We came out expecting to do what we did. We've been practicing all week preparing for these guys. We knew that their quarterback was a very good athlete, very elusive guy. and we were ready for them. You know, we came out with great energy and, you know, ready to play.
I think you kept the team under 140 yards. I know y'all talked a lot about that quarterback. Y'all were really able to keep him hemmed up. What's the kind of the key defensively to take care of that?
You know, just play hard and always run to the ball. I mean, you know, last week we kind of loafed a few times and, you know, our coaches fixed us. You know, we ran to the ball this week and we kept pursuit and chased them down.
Give up 7 points. There were some penalties on that drive that gave them second and third chance. So, I mean, you guys really had them shut down. Then Jervin gets a pick six there in the end to kind of put the icing on the cake.
He did, man. I'm so proud of Jervin. We were so pumped on the sideline when he came out there and did that. But, you know, it was a great moment. You know, it was our first pick six of the year, and we plan on getting many more.
What'd you see from y'all's offense tonight?
You know, we had a few mistakes, but I feel like they pulled through really good. Had a few injuries, but you know, we had guys fill in and step up to do their job, and they filled in great.
All right, congratulations, Scott. Good job.
All right, thank you.
Sophomore wide receiver Jonathan Harris is with us now from Hattiesburg. Jonathan, big play of the game, I thought. Big turning point was your punt return. 75-yard punt return you scored with 30 seconds left in the half. Went from a 14-7 game to 21-7 game. What happened on that play?
You know, they started back down about 30-20 punting the ball. And on that play, I was on the sideline. I was like, you know, it's about 30 seconds left. We need to get in position for a field goal or something. And then I just walked on the field. I was like, nah, I got to score this. And so that just kind of what ended up happening. And I kind of spoke it into existence on the sideline with my teammate. They really hyped me up into it. So I was like, you know what, I'll go do it for y'all boy right before halftime, spark us up real quick, extend the lead. But we didn't score on that drive right before I don't think we went 3 and out, but we got stalled, so had to make something shake.
How'd the offense play tonight overall, you think?
Overall, I think we did good. You know, it's always things you can improve on. You know, but right now, can't really think of it, so that's what we got film for. So we can go in, come back for practice, watch film, get back, and study and get ready for the next game.
You guys got back on the field quick a lot tonight with the Regulators. They were pretty dominant. What'd you see looking at them tonight?
I was just like, shoot, let me try to get another punt return. But yeah, they keep us in a lot of games. They hold up for us, and we might not hold up for them, and vice versa. You know, so I love my guys, I love the defense. You know, they always, you feel me, keep up with us. So.
All right, congratulations, Jonathan. Good job.
Appreciate it.
It all starts with an idea. That's why at Mississippi State University, we're ringing in a new era of education, nurturing big, bold ideas and forging a new way forward. We're creating research that's focused on what matters most, providing an environment in which students can understand today's most pressing challenges and develop the skills to solve them. Great ideas, new ways of thinking. It all starts here. Mississippi State University, taking care of what matters.
We're going to introduce you to Cam Richardson, the offensive lineman, by playing 10 questions. We'll learn about his favorite food, his favorite instructor here at Gulf Coast, and how he gives back to the community.
My name is Cam Richardson. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I went to Madison Central High School. Growing up in Jackson was like kind of hard, like a little struggle life, dealing like with the water crisis and all that. It really just taught me a way how to just push and motivate myself to get my family out of Jackson. I started playing football when I was 5 years old. I played for a Little League team in Jackson, named the Jackson Giants. The reason why I love football is really because my uncle and my cousins, they really made me play football. I was always watching them when I was younger, go to their Little League practice and watch them play, so it made me fall in love with football. I gotta go with Miss Jello. She really most of the sweetest teachers on campus right now. So I say Miss Jello was most definitely one of my favorite instructors right now. She teaches English. You know, I mean, people say it's hard, but it's really not if you just sit there and just listen to her. And like I said, she's one of the sweetest person. Like she'll help you if they just see you struggling. Come McCray, that's my guy right there. I think me and Come McCray, we like clicked as a little tight bond since he got here in the spring. Ever since then, he taught me a lot of new things about getting my steps better, and ever since then, it's been helping me be a great old lineman. My favorite athlete, I gotta go with Trent Williams. And the reason why I say Trent Williams because I just like how the way he played. He's just a dog and he's just nasty on the field. I gotta go with spaghetti. I've been in love with spaghetti since I was a young kid. So I eat spaghetti every day if I have to. My favorite superhero, Black Panther. The reason why I say Black Panther my favorite superhero, I just like, for one, he motivate. He really was a good motivator in the first Black Panther, and I just like the moves he do. I thank my mom and dad. And my family. They always been there for me. Like when I was down, when I was thinking about like not playing no more, they was always there by my side. So I always thank my family, my mom and dad. I do a lot of community service when I go back home. I like really just help the community. That's what I love to do. I pick up the trash sometimes on the side of the road just to make the community look good.
Hayden Hill delivered the J.W. Puckett Construction big hit of the game with this sack. From full site preparation to turnkey completion of projects including drugstores, car dealerships, worship centers, medical clinics, office buildings, banks, restaurants, and retail stores, J.W. Puckett can and has handled it all. Go to jwpuckettconstruction.com. Gulf Coast men's soccer coach Chris Handy will talk to us about his team winning the 2021 MACCC Gulf South District Championships. We'll learn about how his 2022 team is shaping up and about his fantastic new playing surface at Barry Thrash Field.
Yeah, I mean, last year was obviously very exciting for us. You know, it was a team that we had to grind on a little bit. You know, it was kind of an up and down year, but we always knew we had enough talent to kind of accomplish our goals. And I think that team fought through a lot of adversity, so it made it really fun to be able to succeed there at the end where so many other teams had failed, and to watch them, celebrate those victories and fight through the playoffs and compete at nationals. Just the growth that that team showed is the growth that we'd want any team to show. So we're very proud of that, and we hope to build on it this year. Same as always, right? We're pushing for a state championship, a region championship, district championship, and to get to nationals. We've scheduled that way to challenge us. We have, with the new conference aligning, it's kind of put some question marks as to how we approach it, but we're excited about the new opportunity that we have to accomplish our goals. So again, we just want to win all the games that we play. It's by committee right now. Obviously, Miller Hayden is up there. He's very dangerous for us as a transfer. Ashton, is obviously a kid that we know is going to show up in big games. June right now is kind of playing more of an attacking role than he did last year, and he's scoring a bunch of goals for us. But we have dangerous players that can do a lot of things. How Wayne's dangerous when he gets up there. So right now it's kind of by committee more than anything. But they're very talented as a group, and as long as we can continue to allow them to try to make each other better, they're going to be a real problem for the rest of the state. Clint obviously transferred from Jones. He's a local product. He has been really good so far. He had a slow start with an injury, but he's a dangerous player and he plays hard and he really wants to win. So he either plays on the front line for us, or when that front line is full with other players, sometimes he drops into the midfield and causes problems for other teams. The midfield, again, another by committee. Yvonne, Mike Bell, June, Sonny, Abdul when he gets healthy. All those guys have experience in big games. They're versatile players that bring different approaches. Kevin is kind of a rock in there where he, we know exactly what we're going to get. If we need to be stabilized some, we can stick him in there. We know that he's going to play his role and not kind of veer from it. So we can give whatever look that we need to win games. But if we need some toughness and some bite, it's Mike. If we need some flair and someone that's more dangerous going forward, we use Yvonne. And then obviously June is an All-American level player. Right now, our main defenders are Marcus Games and Zach McWillie. They're two kind of different players. Zach is a big hammer. And he kind of wields it very often. He's running around and he's making big tackles and being really strong. Marcus is more of a scalpel. He's poking balls away, he's winning balls. Every now and then he can put in a big challenge, but he's more of a skill guy. In the last game we played, I thought Parker stepped up big for us and did well. And then when we're in our 3-back system, it's either, a Parker or a Mike Bell or a June, depending on the level of player we need back there. So we have some versatility back there as well. And if we need more of a defensive presence, we have that. If we need more of an attacking presence, we can go that route as well. So Grayson, he's had some ups and downs. He's had some good games. He's had some games we'd like some more from him. We love, his ability with his feet. We love his size. Declan obviously has a little bit more experience. And so we're kind of confident as to what he brings in there. But we're still waiting for one of them to step up and say, I need to play in the big game. So we'll continue to hash that out as the season goes on. Both of them will still have some opportunities, but now that we're in conference play, we're definitely looking for someone to take that job and stick with it. So the North and South divisions are gone now, and us in the South between Jones and Pearl River, and even Meridian at that, kind of been begging for this for a few years because, we really felt as if, the South was so strong that, the biggest advantage in the playoffs was to not win the South, was to finish second and go play the North team. So to have that gone is kind of exciting. You can just go out there and not worry about it and just try to win games. But it's made things a little bit fair across the state. All the teams were playing each other anyway. Now we're kind of playing each other in some more meaningful games. To not have to play Pearl River 2 and 3 times a year is kind of a bonus. Not to play Jones 2 and 3 times a year is a bonus. And now you get to see what everybody has. And so it's going to be really, really fun for us to compete with all the teams in the state. It's been a few years since we've done that all in one season. The top 7 are going to make the playoffs. The first seed is going to host. So that's our goal, is kind of win the state championship through the regular season and host the region tournament right here at home on our new turf. And I think that'll be really fun for the boys. It'll be this third time we've hosted it since I've been here, if we can accomplish that. So that's ultimately, top of our list right now of our goals, to compete for a championship at home. Wyndham's done great. As a player, he was part of two of the more successful teams at Gulf Coast, so he knows what it takes. He knows what the standard is. So he's doing a really good job of kind of reminding those players, kind of what he's gone through, what the next steps are, as well as what the standard here at Gulf Coast is. It can get lost at times, but to have an assistant coach who's been through it and been through it recently, and also played at a high level at the four-year level, has been really big for us. So I'm relying on him heavy. He's doing a great job. We definitely wouldn't be where we are without him. We don't miss a training session. The turf has been big. Obviously, it's, if you look at it from the drone, you drive by it, it's catching everyone's eye. It's nothing but compliments about, the design of it and even how it plays. It's just, it's a godsend for us. I can remember in the past where you would have to schedule around weather before it even came. If weather looked like it was coming, you're up at 6 a.m. so that you can get on the football turf. Not to have to do that, we know what time we're training. It gives the boys some consistency where they know around 2 o'clock every day they're going to be on the field. So that's been really huge for us, to have their own place, to walk right out of that locker room, right onto the field, and not have to drag balls all over the campus and stuff like that. The impact has been, immeasurable. It's something special for sure.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bulldog Blitz. We'll be back next week with a huge game on the Bulldogs schedule. East Mississippi visits A.L. May Memorial Stadium here at Perkinston in a game that'll be televised by ESPN+. We'll see you here at Perkinston on September 22nd.